war on terror begins with Al-Qaeda, but it does not end there.
The war on terror is almost a tradition now, a part of the American way of life. No end in sight either. So traumatic was 9/11 that it set America off on a seemingly endless crusade.
There's an old poster out west, as I recall, that said, "Wanted, dead or alive."
And it does seem endless, no matter how many battles they win, how many Islamist sects they destroy, how many bin Ladens they kill. There's always someone else.
We've delivered devastating blows to the Al-Qaeda leaders that attacked us on 9/11. We delivered justice to Osama bin Laden.
We have won against ISIS. We've beaten them, and we've beaten them badly.
Now it's Osama bin Laden's son, Hamza bin Laden. And Washington is afraid that he's becoming a new terror icon.
Hamza bin Laden is the son of the deceased AQ leader, Osama bin Laden, and is emerging as a leader in the AQ franchise. Hamza has released audio and video messages on the internet calling on his followers to launch attacks against the United States and its Western allies.
He's 30 or so, recently praised by the leader of Al-Qaeda, blacklisted by the UN, married allegedly to the daughter of a 9/11 plane hijacker, favored by his late father Osama as his successor. He's calling for attacks on the US to avenge the killing of his father. Same crazy ideology. What's unclear are his whereabouts. The US seems to believe he could be anywhere in South Central Asia. It all leads to one conclusion. Apparently, Al-Qaeda is coming back.
Al-Qaeda is showing signs of confidence.
Global threats in Al-Qaeda.
The threat from radical Islamic terrorism.
Continuing threat posed by Al-Qaeda.
There are, according to various estimates, more than 30,000 active fighters across a number of countries loyal to Al-Qaeda. Ironically, the US stands accused of arming them, though unintentionally, in Syria, with weapons intended for moderate groups being seized by Islamists. In Yemen, CNN reported with the Saudis and their coalition partners handing American-made weapons to Al-Qaeda-linked fighters. History, it seems, repeats itself. In the 1980s, during the Soviet war in Afghanistan, the US funded and armed the Mujahideen, including Osama bin Laden, say some. They called them freedom fighters, the Mujahideen, the Islamists, when they were fighting the USSR. But it didn't take long for those freedom fighters to morph into terrorists and the Taliban into Al-Qaeda. And they just won't go away. No matter how many times you beat them, it seems they just keep rising from the dead.
It won't get put back in the bottle if the US does not want to put it back in the bottle. The US funneled thousands of tons of weapons into Syria to arm forces that it knew very well were allied with Al-Qaeda and allied with the Muslim Brotherhood. And so when it suits the US purposes, it will work with Al-Qaeda and other terrorists. And when they become a problem, as after September the 11th, or after they morphed into Islamic State in Syria and Iraq, then of course it will attack them.